Donald Trump will not become president.
He's not going to be president. Donald Trump is not going to be president of the United States. Take it to the bank.
Okay.
I guarantee it.
All right, all right.
I think if he becomes the president, he'll make it great, because the States is already great.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red capes.
On that note, Tom, pleasure.
Take it
Thank
from
you
me.
very much.
How about that?
Cheers, Tom.
And then, of course, there's Donald Trump. Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
Donald Trump, just last week, he confirmed to the National Review that he is again considering a run in 2016.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
So when you stand and deliver that State of the Union address, in no part of your mind or brain can you imagine Donald Trump standing up one day and delivering a State of the Union address?
Well, I can imagine it in a Saturday night skit. I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
He will never be president of the United States.
And we better be ready for the fact that he might be leading the Republican ticket next. I know you don't believe that, but I want to go on.
Sorry to laugh.
Okay, here we are. And which Republican candidate has the best chance of winning the general election?
Of the declared ones, right now, Donald Trump.
And so, right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say, you're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great. I love you. But come on, buddy. All, let's say, cow poo-poo aside, there is zero chance we'll be seeing you being sworn in on the Capitol steps with your hand on a giant golden Bible.
I'll make a prediction, though, for you. And I don't really get into predictions much, but this one I'll go way out on a limb. Donald Trump will never, ever be president of the United States. That Trump should not be in this race. He's an absurdity. He is a travesty.
Donald Trump will never be elected president of the United States.
Donald Trump is a here today, gone tomorrow candidate for president of the United States. Donald Trump is not going to be president of the United States. Ever respectful of the fact that the people have not voted, he's not going to be president of the United States.
Let's be clear. Donald Trump will lose the election.
I mean, he had a really good chance to be different and really have a chance to change things, but he doesn't do the work. He's lazy.
We talk about him every day, and we continuously bash him.
He's not going to be the president. Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
And we're coming to a point where if you're Hillary Clinton, you're honestly probably starting to think about not just whether you will win, but how big your win will be. And then you say that Donald Trump has the best day in the entire world, completely outperforms expectations, and he wins all of the toss-up states. He wins all 5 of those states, plus that electoral college vote in Maine that he's after. If he wins all of the toss-ups, which would be insane because nobody wins all of the toss-up states, even if Donald Trump did win all of the toss-up states, he would still lose.
To be a wake-up call to the Republican Party. Despite Boris thinking that Donald Trump could win New York, like this, the presidential race is over.
Could I just cut through? I have one thing to say, one thing only, and that is that this race is over. Tomorrow morning, the money will dry up. The Republicans will start to hide. Trump has no place to go. This race, effectively, as of tonight, is no longer a presidential race. I mean, everything I know about presidential politics, and I've been through 5 of them, I've never seen one like this. This race is over. You might as well accept it. And the question now is, how do you minimize damage? And the only way you can do that, it seems to me, is to try to grab hold of some old conservative value things and do what Mondale did in '84, which is try to save a few people down ballot. But as far as Donald Trump's concerned, it will never, ever,
president.
I mean, look, I have to say, and I'm guilty of this, when Trump was first sort of surging, I treated it as a joke. I thought he was a joke, you know, that his candidacy was laughable, that it wouldn't survive. We might be at the point where I might weep on national television for the first time ever. This is not funny anymore.
One thing to get ratings because you're entertaining on television and a reality television star. It's another thing to resonate with people who are voters and have them think that you should be in high political office. They're two very, very different things.
Who do you think's going to take it, Trump or Hillary?
I think he's going to be really, really upset that he was beat by a woman.
All the previous 7, you have always supported the nominee. Why not now?
Well, that's asked of me a lot, but because he's not a Republican and he doesn't exemplify the platform that we have. And right now, the base is not excited to go out and work for Donald Trump.
Right now, with the way things are, if I had to bet, I think it's a landslide for Hillary.
Really? Even if Donald Trump did win all of the toss-up states, he would still lose.
A lot of people have no idea that Trump is headed for a historic defeat.
It is. I mean, let's say it is a 4-point margin. That would translate to an electoral majority and probably electoral landslide for Hillary.
You know, if this collapse of support among women that you talked about in Senator, if that spreads among women voters all across the country, he's going to lose by a landslide.
So the technical term for that, if she's anywhere near your prediction, would be blowout.
Landslide.
I give a landslide. I don't know.
You call that a landslide.
I would say a landslide.
Of it. I'm telling you the reality. He's not going to be Hillary Clinton. You can bring me back in November when he's lost, and we can replay this clip.
Donald Trump is no Barack Obama.
Voters who get asked about this, consistently what they say is, you know, I like that he's not the ordinary politician. I like that he says outrageous things. But at some point, people are going to get sick of the outrageous things. So, you know, I tend to be in Bill's camp that I think we're at a point now where the only place for this guy to go is down.
I agree with Bill Kristol that there's a sell-by date on Donald Trump and that he may have already peaked.
Yeah, I think he's sort of a political car wreck where people slow down and watch. When he crossed the line with John McCain and other veterans.
Every day I've had the same answer. I've seen no evidence to the contrary.
Set of rules for everyone who's ever run for president, and then suddenly a completely new set for this Donald Trump person.
It's happening. Donald Trump is officially running for president. Now, this is something that's great for comedy, but it's bad for America.
I prepared to be president.
This is the candidate from Mad Magazine. This is like Alfred E. Newman jumping and saying, I'm running for president, and Republicans getting excited. I don't understand. This is the ruination of the Republican Party.
Can we stipulate for the purposes of this conversation that Donald Trump will never be president of the United States?
I think she'll get more than 300 electoral college votes. I'll give you a number. 340, give or take a few.
I think he possibly could win the nomination. He cannot be president. He will never be elected president.
Really? I have bet my entire savings account. It's a massive $184.27, but I put that online. I will give that money away if he runs for president.
Give it to me. I have not yet included Donald Trump in our coverage of the Republican presidential campaign this season, and that is because he is obviously never going to be president. He is obviously never going to be the Republican nominee for president, and he is obviously never going to be a candidate for president.
And then when he's not the nominee, because I don't think he will be.
One of the ways you can tell he's not a politician is the way he talks about the country he supposedly wants to lead. People who talk like that aren't necessarily really running to try to lead the United States of America, right?
Donald J. Trump of the state of Florida has received 312 votes. Kamala D. Harris
Hell froze over, and now we're stuck in the ice with Donald Trump.
Donald Trump is the President of the United States.
The President-elect of the United States of America, Donald Trump.
This means that Donald Trump will be the 45th President of the United States.
Donald Trump is going to be our president.
My ability and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend. Preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. The Constitution of the United States.